Good evening, televiewers. Welcome to Prime Hour, the first edition for this week. We are sorry for the late start. Always very difficult for most of our guests to reach here before 7 o'clock because of the traffic situation in our city of Douala, the nation's economic capital. Our guest for tonight's edition of the program, Senior Barrister Ashu Emmanuel, National President of PAP Party, is in the house Reform Party, is in the house with me. He's going to be telling us his story with the Social Democratic Front, especially after the demise of the national chairman and Fru Ndi. He's going to be telling us what he knows about the party, possibly his relationship with the national chairman, and also his impressions after all of what has been done by the Social Democratic Front and Fru Ndi. We are going to be taking questions from some of you who are watching the program to contribute to our discussion. Good evening, Senior Barrister, National President of Reform Party. We're glad to have you once again.
Good evening, Mr. Kum. Good evening to all the televiewers, all the members and sympathizers of Reform Party at home, in Europe, and abroad. Okay.
First, your reaction when you got news of the demise of Fru Ndi?
Well, I've been following his case for about a week. I was in contact with Paddy Asanga, who at one time told me that he was being treated in a certain hospital in Geneva. And I told him, I said, if he reaches that stage, then it should be critical. He said, well, God is in control. But to tell you the truth, I was not expecting him to die. I just thought that maybe he was going to recover and come back home. So the news of his demise came as a big shock, because it's normal for somebody to fall sick, but to die, it's a different ball game.
It's a different ball game. And since what have you, as a person and the party, done? We've read from so many politicians, civil society, from Cameroon and out of Cameroon. We've seen political parties. Some go to Yaoundé and others issuing communique. What has Senior Barrister Ashu Emmanuel done as a former militant of the party and national president of the PAP? I don't know why I keep saying PAP, Reform Party, sorry.
Well, Mr. Kum, I'm not just a former militant, I'm a founding father of SDF. You see, history should be set straight. If you ask the old members of SDF, they will tell you, see, SDF was created, the creation of SDF started in my chambers at Rompoint Edo, where we were Albert Mukong, Arnold Yombang, Dr. Arnold Yombang, Malam Musa, Vincent Feko, myself, and Barrister Kematut, who is still alive. So the party was only carried to Bamenda at the launching state when Mr. Feko and Abed Mukong were about to be arrested. We're sure that they will be arrested by Sene after they were caught in the meeting, participating in the meeting that Yondo Black was organizing. So we advised that Abed Mukong, who is always going to Nigeria, should go there and bring us the manifesto of one of the two Nigerian parties that had been floated at that time, so that we could get inspiration for that manifesto and they produce our own. So when he went there, the time was so short. When he came back, things had to be so fast. He had no time to come down here again. They just had to launch the party so that before they are arrested, the party will be existing. So that is what actually happened.
Senior Barrister, you say you are one of the founding.
I am.
Why do many persons find it difficult to believe that you were a founding member?
I don't know who you call many people, because any person who knows SDF will know that I am not just one of the founding fathers. I am one of the foundations of SDF, because I was not just there at the beginning. I am the one who planted it down. Without Ashu, there would have been no SDF. It would have remained at the launching stage. You see, after it was launched in Bamenda, I am the person who planted this party on the ground. So any person who says that Ashu wasn't there, I mean, he's off his mind.
The SDF is a national party. You are based in Douala. How do you convince people that Senior Barrister Ashu Emmanuel planted the Social Democratic Front? How
Mr. Kum, I don't need to convince any person. Any person who is alive and who was here, who was around in the 90s will tell you the story. You see, my chambers at one point was the rallying ground for SDF, the first ever rallying ground.
That is for literal or maybe
in the whole nation, the first ever place where a meeting was being held on a regular basis of my chambers at one point. In fact, I had an encounter, a permanent encounter with the security forces for 3 good years, because I was flying the SDF flag, a flag that I made, and I was put on top of my chambers, and helicopters were there, gendarmes were. I was surrounded for 3 years every good day, because they said we were representing Americans and Chadians. You see, so I mean, any person who says that he doesn't know, then he was not in Cameroon. If you ask the police, the security forces, go even to CRTV. You have stock images. You have stock images from CRTV. They will show you.
Okay. Now tell me. This, you say the party was formed in your chambers here in Douala.
Yep.
And was only taken to Bamenda
for
launching stage. But we don't find this information in the book that actually describes how the Social Democratic Front was formed.
Mr. Kum, I don't know who wrote that book. I don't know his sources. I've never seen the book. And whoever, you see, it's just like people go and sit and write the history of Cameroon without knowing the facts. Whoever wrote that type of thing, I will give you names. You can, if Honorable Nietzsche, call John Dangle Kumase, those ones are alive. Senior Barrister Luke Senze, that's the founding father who is alive. Call him. If he tells you that Ashu wasn't there, then well, Ashu wasn't there.
Now, what have you done as a person? That's a question I ask you. Since the fall of the chairman, have you written to the family? Has your party issued a statement?
Now, I have not written to the family because, as I said earlier, I'm in contact with one of the big guns, Padia Sanga, and he said he will let me know when all the arrangements are made. See, and you see, this is something that is it's a national event. I should not be seen in front covering the stage when, I mean, let me allow the stage for other people to present their condolences. This is a comrade in arms who has fallen. I mean, I worked together with him for a long time, and it's something personal, which I don't think should have been taken to the front stage. If I wanted to come to air today, because there are things which I feel that people have to know about how SDF came about. And those things are not outside there. You say somebody wrote a book. I haven't seen the book. It's
a book that the official book that contains the information of the SDF that was published when the SDF was celebrating its 25th anniversary, and all of the persons, as you are citing, some of them were part of that celebration and must have copies of that book.
Mr. Kum, you see, there are facts which I would not expect people who just came yesterday to know. For instance,
you cited Nietzsche.
No, wait.
Nietzsche was part of the celebration.
No, wait. Let me just land. You see, I wouldn't expect people who came yesterday to know what happened in the 90s. I will tell you one thing. You see, if I tell you now that many Southern Cameroonians have been firing on Dr. Jongun Focha, that he has sold them, he has done this. But if I tell you that he was one of the founding fathers, that would surely surprise you. But after the launching, the first meeting that we had at the founding fathers' house, we came together. We all moved to Jongun Focha's house, where I was presented to him. This man embraced me and cried and said, "Children in politics, I can now die knowing that the future will be pregnant." So this is one of the persons who was there, but people don't mention him. There was also Mr. Nanga. Many people don't know that Nanga was also part of it. Well, you give me names of people who have been putting themselves in the forefront, but those ones who mattered at that time and who are not, they don't have anybody to talk for them. Nobody has ever mentioned their presence. But I am telling you today that those two were there. There are others whose names I don't.
How can you say nobody was there to mention them? They lived the SDF experience for some time before leaving. Why could they not tell the world that we were founding fathers? Why would they wait until Fru Ndi is no longer alive for this information to be set?
Mr. Kum, it is not. Forth, yeah. It is not Dr. Foncha who has waited. I have come out now. Like you just said, a book has been published. I'm very sure that this man's name is not inside. I am telling the world that this man was part of the people who created SDF, and so history should have it down that he was there. He and Nanga, they were there. You remember somebody said here that there was antagonism because Nanga was. They were proposing that Nanga should replace Mukete in CDC. Now, these people, the two of them coming to form SDF, shows you that they stood up for the national cause. They say, no, we want this country to go ahead. We don't want things to continue going down the drain. So,
Senior Barrister, I really want to have, as is information, is it documented somewhere, or you just saying?
I have told you that when we held the first meeting after the launching, all the founding fathers moved to Dr. Foncha's house, and I was presented to him. Okay. And he cried and embraced me and said, children in politics, I can now die knowing that the future will be pregnant.
This should be documented somewhere, Senior Barrister.
If nobody writes it, how do you expect it to be documented?
Okay. Now, let's take a listen to, because we had a program here when Fru Ndi died. There is this, Kejang Henry was here, and he talked about the founding fathers. We were just discussing about the Social Democratic Front. Can we take a listen to what Kejang said during the program?
Like I see, you have the founding fathers of the Social Democratic Front. You have Fru Ndi here. You have Dr. Siga Saga, Albert Bokong, Vincent Foko. You have Aloysius Tebo. They are here. There are 11 of them. Justice Nyowakai, Dr. Alfred Azefo, James Mbanga, Dr. Carlson Anyangwe, and Manuel Akuchu, and of course Professor Clement Gwachiri. So you will find this book, well, copies will be coming, like I had said earlier, when you have them. These are the founding fathers. So like I said,
can you go back to what you said earlier on? How he
yes, now yes, maybe he did not get it, because there is this story. Who signed the party's papers? Because founding fathers, those were the people who came up with the concept of a political party, how they would create it, and the strategies to launch the party. They were the ones building everything. They were doing that, and then they started changing. In fact, they were behaving like, at the time, like in the Marquis. But who signed that document that they carried to go and deposit at the DO's office? And I said, I read it here, and Fru Ndi was explaining. He explained in this book. This one said, I will not sign because.
Can you read it? Can you read it?
Okay. Oh, it's interesting. So in March 1990, the founding fathers assembled at Fru Ndi's Intaricon's residence to sign the party's document and designate party officials. Here, Fru Ndi. The signing proper was done in my Intaricon residence. All of them were present. We sat with Justice Wakai. No, we started with Justice Wakai to sign. He said, well, I've been chairing these meetings, but you know, I will soon come home on retirement from the Supreme Court. And if they see my name on this thing, it's not this document, this thing, they might block my retirement benefits. After a stellar legal career, Wakai anticipated a well-merited retirement, so he did not sign. Justice Nyo Wakai did not sign. Dr. Alfred Azefo was asked to sign. He replied, You know, I am the Deputy Director of Scientific Research. I cannot sign because I am working with a state outfit, and consequently the government will take punitive reprisals against me. And so he did not sign. It was now the turn of Alicia's table, and here his response. I am a businessman. My wife is not here, and I'm alone with my children. Furthermore, if I sign, my bills will not be paid. I will suffer. What about you, Dr. Carlson Anyangwe? Hear him. I am a lecturer in the university. As you are aware, it's a state university. It will be dangerous for me to sign. And so he did not sign. Because there was tension to pen your signature. Now, as therefore, no, it came now to the turn of Gemu Akochu. He said, I am working with an American non-governmental organization in Yaoundé. If I sign and all of us go in, because it was a matter of death, if all of us from outside, let me remain, so that if there is anything amiss, I will be there working from the background. If the others are arrested, he will now crusade for their release. Azefo said he was a researcher in Bambili working with a state outfit and consequently could not sign. The government would take punitive reprisals against me. Through a wild concatenation of circumstances and a kick for destiny, Abel Mukang was absent. He was a founding father, but he was absent at that time. He was serving a prison term after the Yondo Black trial. There is no doubt that if he had attended the meeting, he would have signed the document. Fru Ndi himself corroborates Mukong's leadership claims. Mukong, Fru Ndi says, this is what Fru Ndi says of Mukong, he could have passed for the leader at this point. He had been a popular prisoner. He had quarreled with and written a lot of things about Amadou Ahidjo or the Ahidjo regime. All these factors made him more exposed to the Francophones and a political world than the rest of us. That is Fru Ndi talking. You recognize that. Now Fru Ndi remembers that. So everybody now turned down, and this is what Fru Ndi said.
This is actually, we were discussing about the Social Democratic Front, and it went to the talking about the founding fathers. This is the impression that we had contained in a book that is the official document of the Social Democratic Front. I don't know. Some of the names cited are quite different from the names you cited here, who were at your chambers.
Mr. Kum, the party did not start from signing.
Yeah.
They are talking of signing. What were they signing? Let me explain this thing to you. Mokong was coming back from Yaoundé after he had been released from one of those detentions, and he went to Vincent Feko, who brought him to my chambers with his book, Prisoner Without a Crime. And Feko told him that, look, this is one of our young dynamic lawyers that we have here. So he said, but if this man is dynamic, as you say, why can't he help us to create a political party so that this government will stop arresting me every day? So I said, well, I will look into that, but I have never done politics in my entire life. I don't know what a political party looks like. We should call other people who have an idea of politicking. So that is how Vincent Feko brought in Dr. Arnold Yombang. I brought in Madam Musa, and I brought in Senior Barrister Kem Atut Edmond. And we started sitting now to discuss what a political party will look like. We had a number of meetings, and once I think Saturday or Sunday, one weekend I was in my office. I saw Feko and Mukom come in. They said they were going to attend a meeting that was organized by Yondo Black who wants to launch a political party, I told them, I cautioned them, Francophones don't know how to be discreet. Please don't attend that meeting. Sene will trail you. They said no, they are not part of the thing, they just want to go and see. When they went there, it was not up to 30 minutes. They came back panting. Sene, Sene, Sene. I said, what is the matter? They said Sene was there in the hall. So I asked them, I said, but I had warned you here not to go. That was where I told Mukong, I said, you, who is used to going to Nigeria, since we don't have time to draft our own manifesto, go to Nigeria and bring us one of those their manifestos, the manifesto of one of the two political parties that have been launched. Let us inspire ourselves from that one and then write our own. That is how Mokong left here and went to Nigeria and brought the manifesto of SDP. From the names I'm hearing there, I didn't hear Vincent Feko, who is the man who actually gave the name SDF, because the manifesto that was brought was the manifesto of SDP. So when it was time for the name to be proposed, Feko was the one who said, let us replace party with front. And that is how SDF became Social Democratic Front. I did not hear his name there. There was Dr. Yongbang. He too was there. Madam Musa, they were all there in that meeting. Why would chairman write that type of thing and exclude them? They were there. Like you see, I'm saying that they were about, Feko and Mukong were about to be arrested. They were living in hiding. So you hear they say, well, they wrongly say that he was in detention. No, at that time they had not yet been arrested. The military tribunal had not yet tried them. They were hiding so that they should not be arrested. That is how they came to that stage of signing a document. And that document, since it came with the Nigerian cover, they simply removed the Nigerian cover and used an A4 paper, covered it on top, on which they wrote with hand. You can go, these are things that you can go and check from Minat. With pen, Social Democratic Front. When they asked for, they said, okay, a political party needs a manifesto. They took another A4 paper and wrote on it that the manifesto will follow. So the document that was presented is the manifesto from Nigeria. That is what they had to sign. And you see, they didn't even mention all these things there. When John Fru Ndi opted to sign as president, his nephew Mbanga said, if John is there, I will also put my hand. He went in as treasurer. Siga Asanga, who is his cousin, also opted to sign as secretary general. Those are the three people who were there, who signed that document. So I don't know. Kejang joined SDF. He's not up to 10 years. I don't know whether he's the one to come and tell me about SDF.
No, he's reading from the book. I'm not sure. Kejang is talking from I don't know, but he's been there for more than 15 years as militant of the Social Democratic Front, and he was simply reading from a book, Senior Barrister. I think.
Well, I have given you names of people. Look, I have told you, if you call Senior Barrister Sense and he tells you that no, Ashu was not there, then it will end the matter.
Tell us your appraisal of the political savvy of the man named John Fru Ndi.
Well, political savvy. You see, what I know, John Fru Ndi was a very courageous man. He was a courageous man. But if you go to the political savvy, I don't have much to say about that, because any person who has been a member of NEC will tell you that when discussions are going on, he normally doesn't sit there in the hall. Okay. He doesn't sit in the hall. Okay. He only comes in at the stage of conclusions. Okay. To draw the conclusions.
The call is just coming in. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Mr. Leo.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Allen. You're calling from from Rwanda to participate?
Yes, definitely. Yes, I'm calling from Rwanda. I want to participate.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, Mr. Leo, I don't know how to put it, but I don't want to be very harsh. But I want to say the senior barrister is trying to sound overzealous, and he's trying he's trying to disrupt history, you know, for a person of his professional secrecy bound him not to even bring it out on a platform like yours.
But he was a militant.
Yes, he was a militant, and he doubled as the lawyer for SDF at that moment. You know, it is very shameful for him to say that he was a founding member. Ask him, all the companies who have made their company registration in his law firm, is he a founding member of all those companies? These are two different aspects, you know. They brought the documents in front of him as a legal luminary, as someone who is versed with drafting documents of that magnitude, not definitely making him a member of the party. And thereafter, they took him along in all their meetings. They took him along to go and see John Good Foncha, because being a lawyer who drafted those documents, they trusted in him, knowing that he can better explain the manifesto to somebody as politically intelligent as John Good Foncha. You know, he came in as a lawyer aiding the process and never as a founding member. I don't even know why he should be fighting to say he is one of the founding members. Standing only as a lawyer who compiled the documents for the founding of SDF is still enough prestige on him. He must not be put himself as a founding member to get that prestige from it. I mean, this is ridiculous. Let us try to put facts in a way our children will take them and continue the history. You see, the history of Cameroon is distorted because of individuals like him who want to put themselves in front of the whole history. I saw you brought in Professor Ngo the other day, and they have these confusions about what happened at the Fumban conference, because some of those individuals, they know the truth, but for self-glorification and self-aggrandizement, they prefer to say what is not the truth. I will end here because I know your phone must be buzzing with a lot of contributions, since how this is really a shambolic presentation by the barrister. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. Okay, thank you. Please, if you have to call to participate, be brief. Just go straight to the point. I would not want. We shouldn't drag this. But Senior Barrister, you say you are doubting the political capacity of Nichon Fru Ndi, but he has been there for so long.
Sir, I say up to now, if you want, call any person who has been member of NEC. Whenever there are debates, Mr. Fru Ndi doesn't participate. The gentleman there who thinks that he knows better than me, and I don't know how old he is, how old he was in 1990, to come and correct me. Well, we are talking here, we are not yet going to the document that I drafted, which was a constitution of the party that I drafted. I've not yet talked about that. The party manifesto, let me remind him, maybe he does not know. SDF manifesto that is in Minna till today is that same one that came from Nigeria. No other manifesto has been drafted. There was an attempt to produce something that never entered the market because it was too voluminous, and the party itself rejected it. So the SDF manifesto, as it is at Minat, is the one that came from Nigeria. I am not saying that I drafted it. No, I drafted the SDF constitution. And you see, as I'm talking,
you single-handedly
yes,
the SDF constitution.
Yes. I single-handedly, I have told you, I've given call Senior Barrister Luke Senze. He was a member of the constitution of the committee. My colleague in Yaoundé sometime, let me just keep the name aside, one time said that he drafted that constitution. I called the SDF people in Douala here to come and take the original, the manuscript. I handed the manuscript, the party's flag, the party stamp, all the things that were used to craft all those things. Look, I mean, this young man who is talking, I don't know where he's coming from. Does he know that the father of power to the people is not John Fru Ndi? Does he know? Does he know that all those slogans came from Run Point? Does he know?
Yeah,
does he know that the SDF card, the SDF flag, the emblem, everything came from Run Point? Does he know? He's talking trash. Does he know that Ashu was a person who organized the first ever rally of an opposition party in Cameroon? That was the SDF in Douala here.
Okay.
How old was he at that time? That is saying that I am claiming. Please, let us go to CRTV because they have stock pictures.
Okay. Hello?
CRTV has stock features which can speak.
Good evening.
Good evening. Can you move away from your screen, please?
Yes, I have done that.
Okay, yeah. Your name and where you are calling from?
I'm calling from Chad. I am called Gideon Chebama.
Okay.
I want to intervene concerning what Barrister is just saying.
Okay.
Barrister should. Barrister is one of those who have helped to crumble the SDF. When you listen to him, you just know that he's not different from those who helped to bring this party down. There are people who have fought fiercely against the personality of Fru Ndi and the personality of SDF. He is one of those who have done that, because you cannot be calling yourself a founding member or founding father of the SDF. Why was he not present at Ntarikon to sign the documents that were supposed to be signed, that people were on their way to sign? He was only there to single-handedly draft the constitution of the SDF. That's a very big mistake, a fallacy, that he alone single-handedly drafted a constitution for a party which was not even his, which is the party for everyone. They should stop manipulating history. At Tarikun, there were people, the names that have been cited in the book that your colleague was reading are names of people who could even be fathers to Mr. Ashu, or Senior Barrister Ashu. So at what age was he? That he was having a law firm, he was there, he was a consultant to the SDF party. True. He should not tell us that he was a founding father of the SDF. That's a big fallacy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bamo. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, when you call, please move away from your set so that they can get you clearly. The senior barrister, what was your relationship like with the chairman, Nijon Fru Ndi?
Yeah, Mr. Leo, before I answer that question, I think I want to remind you of a fact here. This gentleman, that scholar said, I'm one of the people who have been fighting to crumble SDF. You are a witness. Severally on this platform, you've asked me questions about SDF, and I told you I will not answer because I don't want to kill my brainchild. I've told you, I think you can testify to that. I don't have anything to do with bringing down SDF. Oh, the questions he's asking, if I answer them here, he will not like it. If I answer, why was I not present in Bamenda? He will not like the answer. If I want to crumble it, if I start bringing out the secrets of SDF, he will run away. He will shut his TV set. But I am not that type of person. I am not a person who want to kill his brainchild. I'm not that. Severally, I have said I cannot be seen to be the person who will crumble SDF. There are times here when, like when some certain members tried to rebel against the chairman and he sanctioned them. We were here. And I said, well, it is not my place to enter a political party and start giving lessons. It's not my place. I've always avoided bringing down the image of SDF. So if this gentleman thinks that because I have come to tell what is the truth that is not told outside there, I am lying. He even goes as far as putting into question the fact that I was a lawyer in 1990. Well, gentlemen, I was a lawyer far before that then. You better go to the Cameroon Bar Association archives or the rules. Look at the rules. I was a lawyer already, a full-fledged lawyer in 1987. So I don't know where you get your information from, but everybody can sense that you are talking out of passion for who I don't know. Okay. Passion for a party that I created. You were not there. Okay. I drafted the SDF. I can explain to you what happened.
Hello?
Oui, hello.
Hello?
Oui, hello, sir. This is Tata Casey calling from Douala.
Yes, Casey.
I just want to contribute to the program going on.
Go on, please. You move away from your set.
All right, sir.
Yeah, go in.
Good evening, Mr. Leo.
Yes, Casey, go on.
Yes. I just wish to ask Barrister Ashu some questions. I've done that, sir.
Go on.
All right, I just wish to ask Mr. Barrister some questions. Why is it that he left the party without giving his own contributions? And then why is it that he is, instead of promoting, he's defending himself? Instead of giving us what passed or what happened with the party, he's only there trying to defend himself and make himself to prove to people that he is the one that singly came out with the SDF constitution. So we are watching him, and he should try and make us to understand how SDF is functioning, not defending himself how SDF was. So thank you.
Okay, thank you too. Casey, you are calling from Douala out here in the nation's economic capital. Yes, but I was asking your
relationship with
Fru Ndi. Yeah.
Well, from the time I met this man in Bamenda, when the founding fathers came together for the first time after the launching, he gave me a lot of courage, gave me the go ahead to come up with any ideas that could lead to the party occupying the grassroots. So when I left Bamenda and came to Douala, it was with his blessing that anything that I was doing was carried out. I was not alone. I still have people who were around, who were working with me. There is Dumbong. I can give you his telephone number. He's around. He's in Douala here. There is, I talked of Kumase. He's also around. Those are people you can call and ask them. There are some old police people who, those who were encountering us, I mean, they will tell you. You see, I would say John Fru Ndi was very supportive of all the things that were going on. And if he had anything negative to say about me, it was never said in front of me. As far as I know, my relationship with him was that of a father and a son. Somebody there rightly said most of these people were old enough to be my parents. Yes, that's true. It was father-son relationship. We had never had any fights, no quarrel, no disagreement. And like I said, whenever things are being discussed in the hall, he is not present. He allows you people to discuss, and at the end, he'll come when it is time to sum up. So, for the field work, he was very supportive. If it comes to intellectual thinking, that was not his branch, sir. I will not. I won't tell lies. I'll say the truth, no matter what criticism can be levied. So that's what I have to say about the relationship between me and John Fru Ndi. I will not want to discuss, because before we started this program, we had agreed that we shall not touch the reasons why I left SDF. And if I have to give them those reasons, they will not like me.
Yeah, but so many persons are calling to find out.
You advised that it was not nice for me to say those reasons here, because if I say them, they won't like it. So, in their best interest, let them leave me alone. I will not say why I left SDF, because the chairman has not even buried. For the little I've said, they are already attacking me that I want to bring down SDF. Then if I have to go in to say the real things, I don't know whether you will still have an SDF.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Good evening to Senior Barrister.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Your name and where you're calling from, your contribution.
Chairman from Bamenda.
Okay.
I want to begin by thanking you, Mr. Leo, for a very wonderful program you're controlling. Hello?
Go on, we are listening.
Yeah, I want also to thank Senior. He has been very, very instrumental when it comes to this program. But I have one worry. My worry is sometimes Senior Barrister and Vitongo always come there and have conflicting ideas which is disturbing us with history. My worry, no, my second worry is, what is wrong that the truth about history in Cameroon cannot be told? Now we are unable to understand who is the founding father of SDF. And I still want to insist on this point. Abed Mukong was jailed during when SDF was created. I am very aware. And that Abed Mukong happens to be the proprietor of Natural Cooperative College. He was in prison at that moment, even though I was still young.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah. But politically, you say you cannot really assess the prowess of Dijon Fru Ndi. This is a man who has been at the helm of a party for so long, difficult to dethrone. If he was not that politically intelligent, would he be able to stand tall across decades?
Well, the purpose of this program is not to smear him, but is to pay him tribute. I will refrain from saying anything that will tarnish his image, because I see that there are many people who are very sentimental about it. They don't like the truth. They want people to be telling lies. Well, the truth stands out from falsehood. If you look at what happened, what transpired in the 90s, the last caller talked about Abed Mukong. In actual fact, this is the man who did the greatest thing in creating SDF. He was the one who contacted me and got us to create the Douala group that started this thing and pushed him to Nigeria to go and bring that book that people were fighting to sign. They are all talking of, all right, this one should come and sign. Where did the document come from that they were signing? Who produced it? I am giving you the history that it was Mokon who went. We sent him to Bamenda, to Nigeria. Go and bring us a manifesto from one of the parties. And if you go to Minat, if you see that manifesto, it was SDP manifesto. So it is Mokon who went and brought it. Let praise be given to where it is due. I don't stand to gain anything from SDF. Nobody has ever thanked me for anything.
Okay.
That I've done for them. Somebody said I was living without giving my contribution. I don't know. Drafting the constitution.
Hello? That's it.
Hello?
Hello? Good evening. Can you move away from your set, please?
Nobody has ever thanked me for anything. I've done that.
Yeah, go on.
Good evening, Mr. Leo.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, I'm Moa Wilfred, calling from Douala.
Yes, Moa.
I have something I just want to ask the senior barrister, that a constitution, I don't know if a constitution of a party like SDF can single-handedly be written by an individual. That's just what I want to ask.
Okay, thank you. I'll put it through to him.
Okay, you see, after we had worked for some time, it was necessary for the party to come together and organize its management. So it was proposed that we organize a mini convention, what at that time was called a mini convention in Bamenda, in Chairman's house. So we were all asked to come up with proposals. As a legal mind, I decided to come up with a draft constitution. I bought a 20-leaf exercise book that I used, in which I wrote the draft constitution. When I reached Bamenda, I presented this constitution to Justice, to Senior Barrister Luke Senze. Then I presented it to John Fru Ndi. John Fru Ndi organized, he created a constitutional committee. In that committee, there was myself, Akere Muna, Bernard Muna, Luke Senze, and Nyobakai. When I presented this draft, it was so good that as I read it, it was adopted in toto.
Okay.
It was adopted in toto, and that is what has become the constitution that SDF is using.
Okay. Good evening. Your name and where you're calling from, your contribution.
Yeah, hello. I am Madam Amadou Hambawi,
Okay.
calling from my for Bonadikombo Limbe. Yeah, Mr. Leo, I want to thank you people very much for making this program and giving the opportunity for people to call today. If you can continue with it like this, it will be the best. I also want to congratulate you people for this program. I want to congratulate Senior Barrister Ashu Emmanuel. I just want to add to what one speaker rightly said, that we can Cameroonians, mostly we of the English-speaking Cameroon, we really want to know about the history of this country. It is true that each time great historian like Professor Ngo and Barrister Ashu, when they meet, it is always an argument. It is always a clash of titans. But please, I am begging Senior Barrister, you people should come out with a book that we Cameroonians can read and understand really the history of Cameroon. We should not be left out as fools. I beg you people. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam calling there from Bonadi-Kombo in Limbe, chief town of Fako division of the southwest region of Cameroon. But now, the situation in the SDF, you are no longer a part of the SDF. When you got information that Nijon Fru Ndi was no longer there, did you contact a former, because you are not the only person who left the SDF, did you people discuss on the need to give him a befitting burial, even for whether you were okay with him or not? On certain, is there something that is cooking amongst you people?
I am not privy to that.
Okay.
I'm not privy to that.
You did not call former militants?
The only person I've talked to is Asanga.
It's Padi Asanga.
Padi Asanga. I've not called any other person because I don't have the numbers. I don't have numbers of his family people. I had his own number, but I don't have the number of any of his family members. I don't know how to reach them.
But at least you are aware of the program that has been made public?
I'm aware.
Okay.
I've seen the program.
Are you going to Yaoundé or you are going to Bamenda? You don't know.
I will go to Yaoundé. Okay. Bamenda.
You are not too sure.
For Bamenda, I don't think I'll be there.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, good evening. Your name, where you are calling from, and your contribution.
I am Fonyam Christopher Ntabe. I'm calling from Jumbe.
Okay.
Yes, good evening to the panel and especially to the senior barrister for telling lies. I want to tell the senior barrister that you are somebody that we respect too much. And you are a barrister. And when you come and belittle yourself in front of televiewers like that, is not good. Why making these revelations now? I was thinking that this is time that is good for you to go and instead create or enlarge that your reform party so that we, some of us who adore your ideas, can come and join. But you come and tell big lies. Why, since the creation of SDF up to today, it is today you are making such revelations? On the eve of the burial of the national chairman, somebody who has ruled the party for 33 years, you come, a whole senior barrister, and belittle yourself like that. Please, we like your arguments of the late, but this particular one, I am begging you for the interest of your reform party to come out gently from all these lies. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah, I understand that senior barrister was there, and maybe when you. Well,
he's entitled to his opinion. I don't know what is false in what I say. When some of his people who are calling say, "Well, he was only a barrister." Well, I was only a barrister, as you say. Then, is it a lie that I was there?
Yeah, senior barrister. Let us look at the implantation of the party.
Yep.
You said you implanted the Social Democratic Front across the nation.
No, no.
Okay, in Douala?
Southwest, Littoral, Center, and the West.
Okay, you are the one?
Yes.
Okay,
I can give you the names of people who work with me. Yes. Okay. With my own resources. I don't know whether Partita is still alive in Limbe, because Feko and Yombang are dead. But Partita, if he is alive, I don't know. If he is there, he will tell you. We used to live here and meet this man at 4 a.m. Whole meetings from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. Because at that time, it was not possible for any person to hold any meeting by day. He will gather people in his printing press at my one.
Okay, the father of Dr. Chetita, I understand now. Yeah.
Will hold meetings in his printing press in my one. Is it my one? Half mile. And then before morning, we are back.
Okay.
Until this.
Good evening. Your name? Okay. Is gone. Hello. Good evening. Your name and your contribution. Where you're calling from?
Good evening, Mr. Leo. Good evening to the senior barrister. This is Wema Emi from Boya.
Okay.
Yeah, please, I have a question for the senior barrister. Due to your experience with the chairman, you worked with him, you saw his failures. What have you done to amend, or what have you done to fix the Reform Party so that it'll be better than what it is? Because if we see you on TV, what you say and what you are saying now, therefore it means that you are still working on the failures of the chairman. Second question, what made you to leave the SDF party that could not be amended? Good evening.
Okay, good evening. So many persons are writing to find out why you left the Social Democratic Front.
Not today.
Yes, you say you are not going to say that today, but was there a closer collaboration between your Reform Party and the Social Democratic Front?
Mr. Leo, I like the question asked by that by the last caller. You see, at one time in the Social Democratic Front, I told the chairman, please, the manifesto that we are using is the one from Nigeria, and it does not address the real issues of Cameroon. Let us come up with a new manifesto for SDF. He said, the party is popular. We don't need any other manifesto. So many people don't know, before Reform Party, we had tried to create another party that was called Authentic. The ideas that I had prepared to give to present to SDF were those that were presented for the party that was called Authentic, and that was not legalized. So when Authentic was not legalized, then we now decided to go grassroots and canvass for founding fathers throughout the nation. It took us 6 months to come up with the manifesto of the Reform Party. And the answer that I will give to this young man is that if he reads the manifesto of the Reform Party, he will see that between that manifesto and the one of SDF, it is like day and night, because the Reform Party manifesto has the solution to the real problems that face this nation: how to end corruption, how to end misappropriation of public funds, how to create jobs from our own means, how to end the economic crisis by putting in place an open market economy, by regularizing the banking section with a banking law, a new land law, a new housing law, and you can name them. So yes, the ideas that could not be accepted in SDF were later on channeled to Authentic, which was not legalized, and then we now went down grassroots and consulted the people, and then came up with better ideas, better ones than what I had given to the chairman to create the Reform Party.
Okay. Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening, Mr. Leo.
Good evening.
My name is Ivan Stoner Kume. I'm calling from Boya.
Okay. Your contribution, please.
I appreciate what you are doing to educate Cameroonians so much. I've been a quiet listener for a very long while, and my media prime makes my evening every evening. I'm before the TV to watch you are educating Cameroonians on diversity in so many ways. I do appreciate that personally. Thank you once more, Mr. Leo, for what you are doing.
Thank you too.
Yeah. For the senior barrister, I like what he's doing. You know, when you come out to say things of this nature, some people will throw stone at you that don't know the history. I would just say kudos, senior barristers. We do watch your program. We appreciate all what you are doing, and we thank you once more. And we pray that if one day you are being inspired to come up with a book, something that will give us a background of history, because at times A will come and say this, B will come and say this, but if you can come up with something, it will help to educate us that we are followers. I once more appreciate you, senior barrister. You are doing a good job. Thank you, senior barrister.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Liu.
Okay, thank you too. We're glad to hear from you, senior barrister. So many persons are asking questions as to why you left the Social Democratic Front. But tell me, Senior Barrister, Senior Barrister, now, when you say you left the Social Democratic Front to form the Reform Party, the authentic, which was not legalized before getting to the, and you say that it is a day and night, are you indirectly saying that what actually stands as the manifesto or the constitution of the Social Democratic Front cannot salvage the situation of Cameroon today?
Mr. Leo, it is not Senior Barrister Ashu who says, go to, you don't need to go to Minat, go to the SDO's office in Douala here. Get copies of the two manifestos and put side by side. You get your answer.
Okay. Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Yes, your name and where you're calling from?
Yes, is it M Prime?
Yes, go on.
It's an emission passing in the TV that I wanted to say something, but it's like it's not live. It's not.
It is live. It's live. Just go on, please.
Yes, I wanted to.
Your name.
Add to
your name.
My name.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Julius. I'm calling from Douala.
Okay.
Yes, I wanted to add something. A panelist just called and was just talking rubbish. The senior barrister called someone that I know very well, the late Partita from Lomsom Dimbe. Unfortunately, hello?
Yes. Go on.
Yeah, so the late Pa was talking about the history of SDF is can I tell it in French? Hello?
Yeah.
Oui, can I complete my sentence in French?
Go on, sir.
Oui, je voulais juste ajouter à ce que le maître était en train de parler là. Le lait Tita nous parlait à l'époque là, il est mort il y a de cela plus de 27 ans aujourd'hui, parce que c'était notre voisin à Lomsom, à Limbe. Bon, il nous parlait toujours de l'histoire de SDF. À l'époque, il nous parlait d'un monsieur Barrister Ashu. Bon, il disait toujours qu'il devait organiser une petite réunion et on devait, à l'époque, nous étions encore très actifs dans la politique.
Ok, merci beaucoup. Okay.
At least there's somebody who is a witness. Because when I talk, some people who don't know begin to run their mouths.
Now, Senior Barrister, at the time you were doing all of this, what was the position you occupied within the Social Democratic?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, at the mini convention of the SDF, that is where positions were distributed. It was supposed to be an elective assembly, but it ended up being an assembly where the administrative organization of SDF was set up, and I was national legal advisor.
You were
national legal advisor till I left.
For how long?
3 years.
You were in the SDF for 3 years?
Yep. I'm the first person to have left SDF.
Okay.
I left in 1992.
You left in 1992?
Yep.
Yeah, but you left a long time ago, Senior Barrister, and maybe many things might have happened after 1992. Imagine what happened within the party from 1992 to now. It's more than 28 years.
Yep. So?
Yeah, but don't you think that the manifesto you're talking about, the constitution and everything, there are things that may have been worked upon?
Mr. Leo,
yes.
If they have been worked upon, bring them, let us see. It's the same. It is those same documents that are there.
I thought you recently left the Social Democratic Front.
Mr. Leo, yes. What I put in place is what is there till today. That constitution that I wrote, that 8.2 that they are applying, it is my work. It is there till today.
Yeah, but why don't you think that some adjustments may have been made?
Because none has been made. The fact that I'm not there doesn't mean I don't follow what is happening there.
Okay. Okay, good evening. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, my name is Katie Silvanus. I'm calling from Yaoundé.
Okay, Katie.
Yeah. Actually, what the senior barrister is actually saying is the simple truth. And you know, so many people actually do not like to listen to the truth. And I really wish senior barrister to continue, because so many people come up on TV and say all sort of lies, and senior barrister is saying the truth, not almost. And the truth, his truth was twisted somewhere now, not to make the real thing or what happened before SDF. So senior barrister is right in most of the things he's saying. And he earlier said that if we want to open the secret of SDF, SDF will collapse completely, which is true. I was in Konangi. We stayed in Commissariat Central for 11 days after the presidential election. Incommunicado, no food, nothing, water, nothing. We were isolated in one cell. That no visitors, no other criminals were there or whatever, and taken to court, from court to Konangi. We stayed 50 days in Konangi, and actually, what the people did to us, some of the people that SDF used to send money and medication to help us treat ourselves down there. Most of the people embezzled the money. We don't want to go in details in some of those things that were happening. That's what barrister is saying there. You people should let barrister say the truth. And if there is a book to be written about SDF, let that book start from where barrister started and move to the second stage and to the third stage and to the present SDF today. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah, but senior barrister, you left that party 1992, you say?
Yep.
Yeah, but and you are still holding strong and laying claims to...
It's my child, sir. Look, let me tell you something.
It's your child? The SDF is your child?
Yes, this last speaker just said something. Which, I was not even thinking of that anymore. All the militants who were arrested, all the people who were arrested for militating in SDF, I defended them free of charge. Because there are some people who are making noise from facts that they don't know. From the time SDF was created till I left, I defended these people free of charge. I even have what do you call this place? They say just before small town there, some they were tested, and I went to to bring out. Nobody
are you saying that there were no one person who fought to defend and see to it that militants were detained, removed? You did that alone?
I was not legal advisor.
You didn't legal
I was working.
Okay.
Up if you can call him and ask him. I was thinking even if I forget him. But he came later on. Because Safi was my classmate in the Sebilemboya. I brought him into SDF. Like I brought in Mobi and all the other people. We carried the thing to Bafusam.
Hello? Hello. Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, sir. I'm Mr. Njumba. I'm Christian, calling from Mutanga.
Okay.
So I'm just to see
Thank you. When you left the Democratic Front, you moved on because maybe the ideas were not working. believe
let us, in honor of the fallen hero, let us.
No, you've already said that these things, if you were to let them out there,
I will not let them out today.
No, but the impression you already give. Nobody is in charge to understand that the things you want to say or you may say are not good, may actually work against the Social Democratic Front. Hello? Hello, can you move away from your set?
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, your name?
Hello.
Hello, good evening. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, please, I'm just following up what's going on, but I'm saying, should we, if the barrister could really be out-minded on what is going on, please, I'm worried on this thing. I'm worried. Why somebody died, they were just ill of him?
Okay. Thank you for that question.
Who has stopped ill?
No, but you say you were legal advisor.
National legal advisor.
Yeah, yeah. And you left since 1992.
A few weeks to the elections. Yeah.
Hello. 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 Yeah, but when you left, why did you not see the need to come back to the Social Democratic Front than wanted to try the Authentic and Reform Party? And today we have close to 300 political parties today. How does that honor Cameroon's democracy?
Thank you, Mr. Leo. You see, my leaving was a blessing. If I didn't leave, we would not have Reform Party today. And if you don't have Reform Party today, you will not have the real hope on which people, the population of Cameroon can depend. You see?
So you think the Reform Party is the real hope for Cameroonians today?
Of course, yes. Who says better? Reform Party is the real hope. Put the manifesto on the table and let's look at it. Any person who has a better idea should come and talk. That's the real hope of this country.
Okay. Hello? 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 Please, I just want to advise us, those of you watching and you are calling, can you move far away from your set? Just move far away. If I get any echo from your set, I will cut the call. Hello?
Yeah, hello. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
It's Mr. Valentine calling from Bamenda.
Okay, Savali, go on.
Yeah, I greet your effort at the studio. I salute also Mr. Barrister Ashu. I appreciate his effort also coming there at the media all the time to give contributions. Yeah, I like his courage. So I want to say, people may be saying, throwing stones like the other caller called, that they may be throwing stones. He may be saying the truth, but we may not know. One thing is that I wanted to ask a question there. If Barrister Ashu was paid for his contributions there, if there was an agreement that he was paid for his contributions, and truly he was being paid for his own contributions as a legal somebody, then I would say he was not in like the founder fathers. But if truly he was not paid for his ideas as a legal mind, then he's supposed to be the founder, one of the fathers, one of the founding fathers. Thank you.
Okay, thank you too. Yeah, Senior Barrister, so many questions.
Yeah.
Why bring this information out now? Let's just sort of call out. Oh, hello? Hello? Please, if you call and I get any echo from, you are set. I'll cut the call. If you have to call me, tune down, you are set, and then you call, and then we have a frank discussion. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Leo.
Mr. Alpha Valentine.
Yes, thank you, sir. And good evening to Senior Barrister Ashu Emmanuel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very happy to see him on board today. It has been a long time. Has not been here. I'm so grateful.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I just wish to encourage Senior Barrister Ashu that he should keep on with the work that he's doing.
He should forget about all the stones that people are throwing at him. They say the truth, it is only the truth that shall set you free. What he's saying is the truth. And from what we have been following up, he should keep on. Yes, I really wish to have his number. He should keep on with the good work that he's doing. Don't mind about what people are saying about him. Anybody who says the truth in this country, people don't like him. That's what I want to say. So I wish for the best. If I may have his number after the program, then I'll be very grateful. Thank you for accepting my call.
Thank you, Mr. Alpha Valentine. Yes, Senior Barrister, you left the party very long ago.
Yes, Mr. Leo.
Yes, and you say you planted the Social Democratic Front in the littoral center southwest regions. I don't know how to authenticate what you're saying. Yes, because I was not there.
When I talk about Limbe, somebody who knew Tita.
Yeah, he knew Tita, and he says
Moby in Bafusam is dead, but his wife is a lawyer, and she can tell you. Barrister Sapi, Senior Barrister Sapi is alive. He can tell you.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. Calling from Bamenda.
Okay. Okay.
Is it that Barrister Christopher wants to come back to the party, or that explanation? What the really means, I don't understand where he is at.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, what's your point?
Because we have been listening to him, he's driving, going up and down. We don't know actually what he means. Do you mean that he will come back after resigning? He wants to come back to the party because Fundi is no more? I don't really understand what he's saying there.
Thank you very much. Let me put that question to him now. Senior Barrister.
Yes, sir.
Yes, his question is, why are you coming out now to say these things?
Well, Mr. Kum, from the questions that people are asking, you see that there is need for information. There's need for somebody to clear some of these points.
Yeah, but why are you clearing it only after the demise of Nijon Fundi?
Well, no opportunity was given to me before. No opportunity was given. Somebody said it is only now that I'm talking. No, I have been saying this thing on Equinox. I've even said them here. I remember somebody told me once that Senior Barrister Keremuna said that he was the one who drafted the SDF constitution. We have been discussing these things. It's not the first time. Yeah, the only new thing I'm saying here is that Dr. John Gufoncha and Dane Muna Nanga were founding fathers. Their names ought to have appeared there. That's the only new thing.
Okay, you say you planted. We were at the level of
planting. Yes,
yes.
With my money.
You say center.
With my money, because
could you really pay people to
please look?
To adhere
there's
to
something.
party?
There's something that a caller said there. Was I paid to do the job? It was my money. Nobody ever gave me a dime
to write the constitution.
Oh, that is a small thing. Okay. Planting the party took a lot of money. The outings. You have to carry people and go from village to village, from town to town, all along this Yaoundé road, till you reach Yaoundé.
Yeah, but you were an executive member of the party, and you people were in planting. Everybody made sacrifice at the time.
That
was there money somewhere
to become an executive member was months after, before after the creation of the party, and the mini convention. Where I became national executive.
Your hard work.
We were working on the field.
Your hard work for the party earned you that position of.
No, sir.
Okay.
No, that was not the position that I was supposed to occupy.
Okay, you're supposed to be the president, national president.
I was supposed to be secretary general. Okay,
secretary general. So you were cheated. That's what you mean.
That's why I'm saying that there are things that I don't want to open.
Okay. But Senior Barrister, the timings. Think. Hello. Can you move away from your set, please? Oops. It will be difficult for me to take WhatsApp calls because we'll have interference. Hello?
Yes, hello. Good evening, Mr. Leo.
Yeah, good evening. Your name and where you're calling from?
This is
Go
okay.
on. Hello? Just go on. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, good evening. Your name and where you're calling from?
This Walters. It's Amazo calling from Bamenda.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to say that, yes, it's Walters. It's Amazo contributing from Bamenda.
Go on, please.
I am saying that when we talk about SDF, we really have to give thanks to Fru Ndi because he has sacrificed much for this party and he stood firm and went through thin and thick. So we need to give him credit. And whenever we talk about SDF, we shall always think of Fru Ndi. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Yes, but Senior Barrister, what he's saying is the truth. This is, Fru Ndi has been at the helm of the party since creation till date. You were with the party just 3 years. How do we...
Mr. Leo, there's so many things about Fru Ndi that nobody is talking about.
Mm.
You know, Fru Ndi was the real father of democracy in Cameroon.
Mm-hmm.
He is the real father of democracy. As a general cannot be working alone. A general has captains, he has lieutenants, he has foot soldiers. Whatever the foot soldiers do goes to the credit of the general.
Okay.
Now, there is this famous match on Ewane.
Let's just take this call and then... Hello?
Good evening, Mr. Joe.
Good evening, my friend of Nsongwa Credit Union.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. I really want to appreciate Barrister Ashu for his good expose on how SDF has been working.
Okay.
Yes, but I want to plead with Barrister Ashu that he is doing well, but notwithstanding, he is not a good leader, because a good leader will not come out and say negative things about people who are like another political party. Mr. Fru Ndi was a very, very good leader, because no matter how much he has problems with another party like the CPDM and the others, you will never see him sitting down to up and say things negatively like that. Now, many people have left the SDF, but they will not say the very thing that the Barrister Ashu is saying here today. So please, I appreciate that whatever he's saying might be the truth, but that is not good leadership, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, Senior Barrister. Yes, we're talking about implantation.
Yes. You see, we were not planting the party in the air. In every town, there are people. I can give you names of people. I just said in Bafusam, Mobi is no more, but his wife is there. He's a lawyer in Douala here. Senior Barrister Chapi is there. Call them, they will tell you whether we brought the SDF to Bafusam or not. In Yaoundé, it's the same thing. We can... I mean, there was a certain time that I said, if the names of all the militants of SDF were to be given, that was when I was still there, the president will suffer heart attack, because the type of people that we contacted and who helped us to do the groundwork were big names. It was not very nice, and I think even now it's not nice to expose those type of things, because many of them died in very prominent positions. But they helped the SDF to establish, to have a very firm grip. If I give you some of the names.
Hello? Yeah, Salifu.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, you should be calling either from my 16 in Boya, your contribution, Salifu.
Yeah, thank you very much. I love the program so much. I've been struggling to call this, like the line was so busy with so much participants.
Go on, yeah. Salifu.
Thank you, Mr. Leo.
What is your contribution?
Well, I just want to appreciate Barrister Emmanuel for the details about SDF.
Okay.
Yeah. When SDF was launched, by then I was in secondary school. My contribution is that I'm happy with the clarification Mr. Barrister Ashu has given about SDF, talking
a strong political leader in this country.
Okay, thank you very much, Salifu. Greet the children and Madam for me.
No, they will get you 5 on 5. Quite a long time, Mr. Leo.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You did the work for Southwest Center and Littoral. Yeah, but how?
Littoral and West.
Yes. How implanted is the Reform Party in these areas?
Thank you. When I usually tell you that we are in the extreme north, we are in the north, we are in the east. Okay. You can understand.
Yeah, you saying that
we are
the experience you had in the Social Democratic.
We have improved on that now, because in the SDF we were not doing door to door like now. Now we are doing door to door. People, when I talk, people who have met me in the field will tell you, I'm down every weekend.
So the Reform Party is better implanted across all 10 regions of Cameroon.
You will soon get the news.
Okay. Hello? Hello? Oops, the call is so many. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, your name, where you calling from?
I'm Tata Felix, calling from Kumba.
Okay.
Yes. Hello.
Go on.
Yes. Mr. Leo.
Yes.
Mr. Leo.
Go on, please.
Yes, I'm Tata Felix, calling from Kumba.
Your contribution?
My contribution is, I want to thank Mr. Ashu Emmanuel for what he is saying. But there is, here's my worry. My worry is that I really want to know, really why is he on, my contribution is that I want to know really why Mr. Ashu is now saying all these things about SDF. Because really, if you say that he has been saying them all along when he was with Ewane, but now he's with my medium friend, he would have already said this, and he would have even leave this one since the chairman is oblate. I don't see why he should be explaining all these things now. Does he want to come back to SDF, or really what is his problem? Thank you very much.
Yeah, but you understand their worry.
Senior Barrister Ashu is national president of Reform Party. That does not envy SDF, so please.
Yeah, but
I can never come back to SDF.
The people would have expected that as a former militant of the Social Democratic Front, you should be telling them how sorrowful their party is towards what has happened to the national president.
It's a national event, sir.
A sister party.
It is. This man deserves national honors. It is not something that one party should stand up and say we are really. It's something national. In fact, the president ought to decree a certain number of days on national mourning for this man. I'm surprised nothing is happening. He ought to decree at least 1 day of national mourning, because this is the father of democracy in this country. He has done a lot. Without John Fru Ndi, I don't think we would have been where we are today.
Yeah, when you say father of democracy,
yes.
And you see, how?
John Fru Ndi forced the government to accept democracy. He forced the government. Look, let me tell you, the people who think that they know when they don't know anything. Before the law on political parties came, Minister, I think I've forgotten who came before the order. There was Ewane, and then there was Konchu. They were both saying SDF was an illegal party, and at a certain point, this disturbed us, and we decided to do something about it, because we were afraid that the government could ban SDF. So we delegated some people to create other parties. UNDP is one of the children of SDF. Zaradua was a militant of SDF. I personally signed his card. So when things were very hot, we decided that we should bring together Alaji Tanko of Bunaberi, another Alaji Tanko of New Bell, Zaradua, Samuel Eboa, and there were about 5 of them. We brought them together. And we had somebody who was in camp ship at that time. It was called Achu. I don't know where he is. Since we were prominent members of SDF, we do not want to come to the forefront. We brought them together and asked them to create a new party that eventually became UNDP.
Yeah, but if it's the brainchild of the Social Democratic Front, why did we not see any alliance?
I am just giving you this fact, sir. You see, these are things that people ought to know.
Yeah, but why did we not see?
Because when I tell you that Fru Ndi is the father of democracy, it sounds strange, but truly, he caused these other parties to be created.
Okay, hello?
Hello?
Yeah, good evening. Your name and where you calling from? Your contribution?
Yes, I'm Julius. I'm calling from Douala.
Okay, Julius.
Yeah. I want to thank Barrister Ashu for what he's saying.
Okay.
I want to thank you very much because it takes a lot of courage to come to TV and say things because people are just throwing useless, unnecessary stones on him. But it's not good. In fact, Barrister Ashu for me is the seer. Barrister Ashu is the seer. He's the man that sees far. You understand? So we like what he's doing. I appreciate. And you, Mr. Leo, what you are doing for the people in Cameroon, we encourage you. You just have to go ahead and do more for the people. In short, you people are doing great things for Cameroon. So we appreciate very much. Thank you. Let me not take much of your time. We hail Barrister Ashu for all what he's doing for the people. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, Senior Barrister. Now, how prepared is the Reform Party here? You say you are well implanted. Are we going to see you do spectacle?
That is not a question, sir.
Okay.
It's not a question. We shall be there.
Mm.
We are working very hard and we shall be there.
Hello? Hello? Is the party also preparing to be part of the funeral of fallen Nijon Fru Ndi?
We are yet to see how the organization will be put in place.
Yeah, but the program is out already.
The program is not the organization, sir.
Yeah, but at the level of your party, should you not be preparing? Calling for a meeting and...
we have to see, like I said, I would like the president to at least declare even a one national day of mourning. Because this is somebody who deserves that. If that is done, then you see there will be an official program to which the private program has to be integrated. So when he comes back, we shall see. There's still some time. It's July 29th. Let's see what the head of state will do when he comes back.
Okay. Hello?
Yes, hello.
Hello. Good evening. Your name and where you're calling from?
I'm called Mr. Nongana, calling from Tico.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Lo. You know, I'm one of your favorite listeners. I always follow all your programs.
Go on.
Yeah, my contribution for today is that, you know, you are a moderator.
Yeah.
The way you yourself, you are, I'm sure you are the one who invited by Senior Barrister Ashu.
Yeah.
And the way I see you posing question on him, it's as if you yourself, you are against him.
No,
because the man is talking. He is talking with facts.
I have to. If I don't ask those questions, it would appear as if I arranged this program for him to come and sing and say hallelujah and you say amen. That is my role. I have to put him on the tight seat to justify what he's saying.
Okay, thank you, sir. That notwithstanding.
What did you expect me? What did you expect me to do? That Senior Barrister comes and says hallelujah, say amen.
It's okay, my brother.
I have to be.
What I want to say is that
I have to be very tough on him, because I know that tomorrow other persons are going to come on this panel with different facts. He has to prove. Yes, he has to convince everybody watching.
Yeah. What I want to say is that the fact is that if even Jesus were to come today, I'm sure people will still kill Jesus.
Same way you're already judging me. My moderation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I say if Jesus were to the people will still kill Jesus.
Yes.
Because
you
listen to Barrister Ashu, you see that he is talking the truth and he is talking with facts. He's giving names for you as a journalist to even verify. For people who are doubting to verify.
Mr. Nongene, yes. I've received so many SDF officials on this platform with facts, documented facts. Senior Barrister is talking facts without bringing documents. Watch this program. I'm sure Thursday or Wednesday you are going to see people who will tell you things that contrary to what Senior Barrister is saying with facts. And if I don't play my job, that is questioning him. It means I don't know what I'm doing here. There's so many persons.
He is giving the facts. He is giving the names for you as a journalist to even investigate and get more facts. He's calling names for people who were there. But when you see all the people who call to throw stone on him, they don't even have any. They don't give any point. They just argue. They don't want to water down his name. They don't give any point.
Did you also?
They don't have any background or anything they are saying. They just throw stone at him.
Did you also listen to persons showering praises on him?
They understand. That's what I said in my opening.
Mr. Nongene, please. You have a position. Other people have their positions. That is democracy. Be tolerant towards other persons. There are persons who are throwing stones at him. There are also persons, so many persons who have called to praise him.
I want to let Barrister Ashu to know that I'm one of his followers. I mean, Tico, I would even like to have his number. And it's only God that will see him through, because even the Bible says, you speak the truth, it's only the truth that will set you free. And it's only God that will bless you and set you free, not people.
Okay, Mr. Nongene, good night.
Yeah, Mr. Leo, talking about facts or proofs.
Yeah.
Let me just remind viewers of something.
Yeah, people expect that, okay, Senior Barrister should come here and we discuss like we are friends.
I want to give facts.
I'm doing my job here. Yeah.
Mr. Leo, let me give facts. Now, to those who thought that I was a Mr. Nobody, the SDF cards, the party cards, right up to 92, no card was valid until it was countersigned by me. Let those people who are making noise go and verify. You can call Ninchi, ask him. I countersigned all cards that were signed by Nijon Fundi.
Okay. I'm going to do another program here, please. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, can you move away from your set? Your name and where you're calling from?
Yes. I've got. Hello?
Yeah, go on.
I've got you.
Yeah. Okay, Senior Barrister, you say at the level of the party, nothing is being done.
Yep.
No, not that level. I'm talking about the funeral of Fru Ndi. You are waiting for the national, but there is a national program that has been made public already. You are expecting the government to go further by doing something extra.
Yes, they should. This man deserves it, they should. It's not just any fallen hero. He is one of his kind.
Now, when you left...
I don't know whether you knew, did you ever hear of the March on A2D?
Okay, you can tell us.
At one time, John Fundi in his campaigns was asking the question, Akacham? People say Kacham. So he said, okay, I will march to A2D and catch Mr. B on my hands. That is how the opposition parties got rallied together in Yaoundé to march to A2D and attempt to catch Mr. Biya with the hands.
Okay.
And
which was not successful.
No. Who said it was not successful? There was actually a match.
Yes, but he did not. He did not.
The point.
He did not catch,
no, Mr. Kum.
Yes.
The point was not for him to actually go and catch. The point was for the leaders to, like one man, march in Yaoundé and tell Mr. Biya that enough is enough. And that was the message that they intended to pass. And do you know who was leading the march? You know who led the march? Let us ask CSTV to show us stock pictures. Senior Barrister Ashu was leading that march. I was in front and the escort rider was behind me. And then the political party leaders were coming behind with their hands chained.
Okay. These are historical facts. Okay. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening again to the panel and for young Christopher Njombe. I want to thank the
It's in Njombe.
Okay. I will visit you, sir.
Hello?
We shall be coming to Njombe. We have people there already.
The lines are bad. Mr. Tamnjong, we're calling from Njombe. And the party in 1992, you personal relationship with
I met him about 3 times personally. Now, there was let me land. One time when we went that campaign to plant the party, and we did not enter his house. So when we entered his house, I was behind. My people went ahead. So when we gave the manifesto, that's my picture. Ashu, then I appeared. He looked at me and said, Ashu, so not have this thing. He offered me tea in his house. We took tea together. After that, I left. You see, as I said earlier, this is one with if I could go campaign in his house to show that I didn't leave asleep. I left SDF to enter and to do something better. And he Martin after before. So I want some people asking why now? This program is not a democratic program. It's sort of a tribute to John Fundi. So I am saying this which don't say them now. I don't know when other people will ever say them. So this is the time, it's John Fundi time. And that is why I don't want to say anything that will smear any possible. I want to stick to tribute to John Fundi. I came here to say the things that I have not heard others saying, and let it go down into the minds of people that this man is a fallen hero. He is one of his kind, one in a generation, a fallen hero.
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Good evening.
Good evening. Your name and where you're calling from?
Thank you, Jacob from Kumbo.
Okay.
Yeah, I thank Barrister Ashu. I've watched it many times. That, Cameroonians are not interested in the number of parties in the countries. if the number of parties were to help Cameroon, I'm sure we would have been in heaven by today. But we want to see people do work in the field. And you know, we have this tendency of always breaking away and breaking away and breaking away. And I believe that most of those breaking away are for self-interest. Nobody is after what Cameroon needs. If we were after what Cameroon needs, those many parties we have now, they should come together against 2025. But they have tried to form a coalition. Everybody is saying, no, I am on my own. I am on my own. So Reform Party is just one of those many parties that have been talking and they are not helping Cameroonians. So let all the politicians come together and help Cameroon. We should not be counting the number of parties and breaking away and creating parties, breaking away and creating parties. We don't want that again. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You're calling from Kumbu. Now, Senior Barrister, the SDF, are you happy the way the chairman left the party? We see the cracks within the party. There is the G27 that is also showing signs of cracks already, going by what our papers are carrying. How would you have loved the chairman to leave the party?
Well, the chairman has left the party at a time when a convention had been organized.
Had been called. It's not yet organized.
Called.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
Well, yes, it's organized at a convention, and I think the party will not feel his absence for a long time because very soon they will have to sit together and elect a new chairman. So I don't think he has left the. Well, it is a bad thing he's gone, but before even he left, he put somebody who was who understood him, who was like his chosen person, who had been tried on the field, and he has well shown what he's worth. At the upcoming convention, if any person thinks that he can do better than Mr. Ossi, well, than Honorable Ossi, well, that person will have to prove his worth. But I think the chairman, he has not left SDF an orphan. At least they have people who can conduct the affairs of the party. I'm also thinking in terms of the Secretary General, the very able Secretary General, who is my learned colleague from Douala here, Jomgang, Barrister Jomgang. She's doing quite a good job. And I think, well, all things being equal, they may stand the test of time. Okay, the SDF may stand the test of time. We are coming to an end of the edition of tonight. Yes, people are actually divided at what you've set out here. But tell me, what is what you have for the militants of the Social Democratic Front as they mourn and preparing to bury their chairman? Well, the parties to the militants of SDF, I will say, I share for the big loss, and I will say to err is human and to forgive is divine. The people who are left in SDF should know that it is better to reconcile with your people, because together you stand, divided you fall. If it is possible for them to reconcile with those whom they call the G7, they should do so, because it would be in the best interest of the party. Nobody has an interest in seeing that party collapse, but if they have to go separate ways, I'm afraid the damage that those fellows who have left can cause will be more than the profit they will get. So I want to advise them. I see the need for people to come together being extended, because some of them are asking me whether I want to come back to SDF. It's not possible. I'm national president of a party that is doing very, very well. In fact, SDF will have to work hard to catch up with Reform Party. Maybe it's just that you don't have information about Reform Party, but you will soon have. The man who says is in Jombe, we shall be coming. Don't worry. SDF militants, please, unity should be the word. If you were to go by the by the example of Reform Party. Please, we learned a very big lesson. In Reform Party, we don't have Article 8.2. We don't dismiss people from our party. It's a family.
Yeah, but you wrote the article. You said Mr. 8.2 was your brainchild.
Yes, Mr. Fuku, I'm saying that we have learned from the horrors of 8.2. So in Reform Party, we don't dismiss people. We discipline our people. We don't dismiss them. You are free to go to the resign, but we don't dismiss you. So if people can take that can copy that spirit, it will be fine.
Okay. Certainly a word to militants of our PAP, of our Reform Party.
It looks like PAP give you some color, not.
I don't know why I've been talking about PAP today.
Boya, please, I'm awaiting the meeting you promise.
Hello, Kelvin. Good evening.
Yes, I wish to contribute to the program.
Yes, Kelvin, right on. You're the last caller.
I must first of all pay my tribute to Niger, Fru Ndi, of which I respect so much. May soul rest in peace.
Okay.
A great loss to Cameroonian and Africa as a whole.
Okay.
And I extend my regard to Senior Barrister Ashu Emmanuel.
Okay.
Of which I respect so much for his analysis. Even though I have a problem with him, with the Reform Party. He has a great plan for Cameroonian, but I wish he acts in this very terrain that Cameroon find themselves in. How is he sure to ever succeed or overturn the STPDM, which they are not ready to form a coalition in order to overturn the CPDM. So that's my contribution. I wish if they could form a coalition, that could be better for Cameroonians if they are ready fighting for the interests of the Cameroonians. That is the only way I see it. That can be possible to dethrone CPDM from the throne.
Thank you very much, Kelvin. Are you looking forward to working with other parties?
We have done this before, Mr. Leo. Reform Party is going it solo. We are working.
So you think that you can win the presidential elections?
Watch us.
Without coalition?
Watch us, Mr. Kum. I'm tired of talking. Watch us. I am in the field. I have about 3 hours of sleep every night. I'm in the field. I don't care how people say. We shall go down and
okay. Hello? 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 Yes. Hello? So, Senior Barrister, National President of the Party, we are also collect on that out there.
Also address my condolence to the Cameroonian people because this is national event. We lost somebody who has and I am calling on the government to at least declare a day of ceremony for the member of Mr. Fru Ndi.
Yeah, I want to thank you all to watch the edition of the program, especially those who called and sent text messages. There are those who said Senior Barrister is the Messiah. Others said, no, why are you changing history? That is also democracy. Yes, everybody should express themselves, especially on a burning issue like this, but the message has gone through. And any moment you think you have a contrary view to what Senior Barrister is saying, I'm sure he's going to be there to challenge whoever wants to challenge the facts he just presented. We want to thank you all for watching, especially the production team, Eli and Desmond for production, and Mr. Tabi Dambe Brian for supervision. We love you all. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.
professionnels des médias. La parole construit, la parole unit. Mais la parole peut aussi déconstruire